Should I?
Say what's up. Say what's up.
What's up? Yeah, maybe this is my banter time. Um, okay, so we started off our set with 2 songs that are on the internet and the evils, the streaming services. Um, Everybody Rides the Carousel and Twilight Living, and we just played a new song, and I'm pretty sure I think everything after this will be new songs. Maybe we will play
Okay.
a spare old song that is streamable, but this is all exclusive for now. Was that okay? This next song is about a failed situationship and confiding in your friends. across the waterlines. After this pressure, one word my fury, becoming a warrior in the dark. After the sadness, my blood boils colder. Time is the days we pass upon. After this passion, one word my favorite, coming a warrior in the dark. Okay, we only have one more song. To catch you up, what songs did we play? We played a song called Miss W. Jones. We played a song called Sound of Turning. And then we played Your Desire in Food, which is available for your listening everywhere. And then we just played a song called Keeping Your Smile. And we're going to finish off our set with a song called Picture of Return. And thank you for listening. And if you're just tuning, if you're just tuning in, this is Superfan on KXLU. That's a wrap.
Sorry, my thing fell off, and then I was like,
All right. So thank you guys so much for coming in. Thanks so much for the performance. It sounded awesome.
Thank you.
It doesn't pick up the sound that well, but the mics will work, so
Yeah.
we can pass around and
Yeah.
make it a thing. But yeah, do you guys want to go around first by introducing yourselves so we can know what voice we're hearing?
Okay. I'm Kali. I play guitar and sing in the band.
I am Omid. I play the cello and background.
Hi, I'm Tall, and I play the drums.
Very cool. And when did you guys become a lineup with each other?
Maybe a month ago.
Yeah, very recent.
Yeah, very recently. We just played our first show together.
Okay. Was that at Healing Force over the weekend? Or okay.
Yes. But it's going really well, I think. Yes. Technically, so Omid and I have been playing together for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Like he came in to record on Tow Truck Jesus with me, and then from that experience, I knew that I wanted to do something with a lot more cello, more acoustic based songs, but with a lot more heavy string incorporation arrangement. And then, as I was telling you earlier, a lot of the songs that we played tonight are on my next record that will hopefully be coming out in the fall. And when I was halfway through writing, we just started arranging string parts for what I had already written, and then continued as I would write more. And then from there, we recorded the project together with our friend Hudson, who kind of vetted Tall to be in the band, and then now here we are.
Very cool. And so you already have some of the new album recorded?
All of it.
All of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's being mixed right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're slowly getting it out into performances and out into the world a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because we've been playing it live since July, technically.
Okay. So almost since the first album dropped.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, it's kind of a weird thing, but it's something that I did with Tow Truck Jesus before it was out, because at that point in time, I was moving away from past artist projects, and there was no point in me playing music that that wasn't going to have a lifespan in my life and my performances and whatever I'm doing. So I was just I'm just gonna play. I wanted to play shows,
Yeah.
And so I was writing songs for Tow Truck Jesus and playing them. I had a residency at Genghis Cohen, and I would play all of the songs there, and then I just like that process of playing things live while you're still figuring it out, 'cause it kind of it allows the fun of recording and arranging to be extended into playing live, which is things don't have to be exactly like the record, which is fun.
For sure. I mean, that is definitely the joy of live. So I'm curious because you have one other EP album out, which was the Christmas songs, which were all covers.
Yeah.
Where did that fit in for when you decided to do that, when you decided to put that out? Was that more recent?
Yeah, I mean, basically, Tow Truck Jesus took 7 months to come out after it was done.
Yeah.
And at the time I was signed to a label, so that's why. And then the Christmas covers were just there's so many Christmas songs that are or songs that kind of sound Christmassy, just harmonically. I just wanted to make a map of every single song that brought up Christmas in a way, because I thought it was funny and kind of corny. And then I just made myself do that like,
You were like,
I was
"Let's put it out."
unemployed and like had nothing to do, and I was like, I need to do a cover like every day before I go home, and then I did it, and it did not come out before Christmas. It came out like on like New Year's or something.
It's still in the spirit.
Yeah.
Still the right time.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of can be listened to like whenever you're sad or something.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's the yeah.
That's the what? Why did you?
It doesn't pick up the mic.
That's the Christmas spirit.
It's true. So I'm going to expose you a little bit. And I hope I got this information right.
Oh,
But
no.
I was like deep diving. I know.
Nardwar.
I tried to Nardwar it a little bit. I didn't, not too much. I was like deep diving your Spotify and like just trying to go through that
Yeah.
and find like artists you liked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I found like your trove of like a million playlists
Oh my god.
and like so many playlists
Yeah.
and like all for different moods, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And I was like noticing that some were more updated than others. And
Yeah.
I'm curious because I went through some of your other interviews, but no one ever asked about your playlists and what like playlists and putting music together means to you.
Yeah.
Because for radio, it's all about curation and it's all about what do I want to play? What do I want to have like to share with others? And like it's so dependent on like your mood and
Yeah.
like what you want to bring to people for that specific day or that specific show.
Yeah.
So I'm curious like what you get out of playlist creation and like making all those for yourself.
Well, it's actually something that I've put a lot of thought into
Mhm.
like over the years, and when I reminisce on my high school years, it was something that I would do like when I was supposed to be like studying or something. And I would just go and find like there are some playlists that I make, or like sometimes I group songs together because they share sonic qualities, or like they remind me of each other. Like
I saw the
There's-
one like about cello, like
Yeah.
good cello songs.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah.
I'm sure there was
Yeah,
a little
I don't
help.
even know that exists. Like, I also, yeah, I don't know. It used to be a much bigger thing for me in high school, but
Mhm.
now it's like really, I mean, it's almost like it's become more intentional in a different way because it takes a lot more for me to,
Yeah.
because the discography of music that I've listened to is much wider now. So things that pique my interests are more of a rarity and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like when it's sometimes like a mood thing, or like songs that talk about similar things, or it's like different pieces of a puzzle that kind of create an overarching mood, or sometimes it's literally just like instrumentation that is similar, or like a guitar tone that I like. And it actually, like when I notice kind of a collection of things that I like in that way, that it's usually there's something about it that I will probably like try to emulate in my like own practice and stuff. So it kind of like wiggles itself into, me making stuff. But
Okay, for sure.
yeah.
Now I've got like this question I'm going to ask to you, but I'd love to hear from the whole band on this one, because we're a radio station.
Yes.
And we're always trying to find, at KXLU specifically, we're always trying to find like cool new stuff and like what people have been listening to and like what's kind of on the up. So can you think of one group or artist that you've been like really had in your head recently and like really been kind of like vamping on and like listening to a lot of? And then the other question to that is like, who are you a super fan for? Like, is there that one artist or group that you're like always coming back to and kind of know everything about and really geek out for?
I have an interesting relationship with being a super fan, because
Okay.
I almost like the anonymous, like artists that I like being kind of anonymous to me outside of the work that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I'm a big fan of Rob Crow,
Okay.
and this is like a double answer to your question, because I love his solo work, and I also really like um, the project that he has with Zach Hill from Death
Mhm.
Grips, called The Ladies, and I've been listening to that I will just it's not like easy listening, but there's I don't know, it's really easy for me to listen to and like for it to fit the mood that I'm
Yeah.
in. But yeah, I love Pinback as well. But Rob Crow's solo stuff is so good. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
Um, I listen to a lot of world music and a lot of stuff from the past, but there's a guy in Morocco. I think he's contemporary. There's like not much information about him, but I've been trying to find more. But from what I found, it seems that he's making music now. Although it's if you listen, it sounds like it's very old. But I think his name is Bark Isar or something like that.
Okay.
He's so sick, and he just it's recorded, whether because of what recording equipment is available to them or
Mhm.
whatever, but it's recorded with the sound that emulates something of the past and very saturated like 60s recording style
Mhm.
drums and stuff like that. But I think that his ethos is like keep tradition around but push it in a new way. He's incredible, and I really like Young Thug too.
I've really been into this artist lately, and this is kind of like an artist that I heard in my household growing up because
Mhm.
my parents were into him. Beck.
Oh, you've been on the Beck train.
Been on the Beck train for a while.
So
Lately, I've been listening to Sea Changes.
I'll give you a little bit of
Um,
lore. We were
Let's hear it.
the first ones, I think, to break Beck, or
Really?
we were like first or second.
Yeah.
So he's been in this room. He's done a live session up here.
Yeah. I mean, he's
you're
LA.
in Beck history now.
Exactly. I mean, every time I'm in New York and I'm kind of like, it's just like a gloomy day, like super depressing. I'll turn on some Beck,
Yeah,
put me in LA for a second.
for
But
sure.
Yeah, that's what I've been listening to lately.
Sick. So a little bit of a switch up and a little bit of a story, which you'll find interesting. So this is so random, but when I started getting into your stuff, I was like, it was like a year or two ago, and I was like, I had listened to pretty much all your discography that you had out under Kali.
Yeah.
And randomly, I went to this like broadcasting thing in Las Vegas, and I sat in on this random like talk about Dolby Atmos and everything, and about production with it. And the guy speaking was Tony Berg,
Oh my
and
god.
I, and so I was just interested in the talk. So like afterwards, I was like, "Hey, that was a great talk. Like, I'm also from LA. Would you want to get coffee sometime? That kind of thing." And so we did. And like, as I was getting ready for that, I was like, I need to look into like the other stuff that he's done. And it was like, oh, he's like worked
Yeah.
with you on that. And so I
Yeah.
was asking him about that experience, and it was really funny because he also like said what you kind of said, which was like in another interview, which was he was like, well, yeah, Kali was great, but like they always knew like pretty much all the production they wanted on their songs. So at some point I was like, you don't need me. Like you should
Yeah.
go like do your own thing.
Yeah.
And I was curious about the real question is, you've said that many times, you know pretty well like how you want to produce things. You have a pretty specific vision for a lot of your songs.
Yeah.
Even if that is something you have to find along the way.
Yeah.
So how is, if any way, have you like changed your approach in terms of collaboration for producing and as a live act?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think like this interview is happening at a time where I'm like, I've just started to like open myself up to collaboration and stuff. Like, I've always been pretty type A when it comes to like recording and arranging and writing. For some reason, I had something in my brain, like when I was younger, that I needed to do everything myself. And for a while, that was like, it served me. And like when I met Tony, for example, like he's right. Like I did not need him. And I like kind of was trying to outdo myself because I knew that I was working with somebody like so successful and like acclaimed, and then he ended up trying to he was contradicting my ideas, and I was like, but it only made my ideas stronger and stuff. Like experiences like that were like interesting as a young person because there was almost like as much as I trusted myself, I still didn't completely trust myself, but I wasn't really opening myself up to collaboration. So collaborative aspect was like placebo, like it wasn't actually there. But on the next record, like I feel like I worked with this guy named Gabe Wax.
Yeah.
And
Who did Tow Truck Jesus?
yeah. And because I was making music that I had never really made like had the opportunity to make in the past, and I was new to it. Even though like I've always wanted to make that kind of music, I was not super familiar with just like running my instruments into an amp and like learning how to mic a drum kit and all of this stuff, and also just like writing a song fully before going into production, and then sitting with someone and being like, I want it to sound like this, and then going from there, like, was a very new thing for me. And so that was like opening the gates for me a little bit. But like I said, like earlier about Omid and I arranging the songs and stuff, that was like a really pivotal moment in terms of like what I consider to be my process, because the songs that I've written, like maybe like the chords and the lyrics and the structure, those things would be the same, but the emotion and like the guts of the song would not. There would be nothing without like this musical conversation that we have going on. And I even like feel that with, I know Tall's new, but it's still like there. Like there's something really special about this lineup right now. And like even when we were sound checking and stuff, we've fallen to like jamming a lot in rehearsals, which is also something that when guys are like, let's jam, like let's jam, I'm like, I don't want to play like Red Hot Chili Peppers with you. No disrespect, because I know they played here, but yeah, but it's something that actually has been fruitful, and like I've written songs like after we've like started like, I don't know, playing around with something, and it's really inspiring. And yeah, I think like I will only continue to be more collaborative on my own music, and I love being a part of other people's stuff, and so
I was gonna say I have a kind of a question about that as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious what you get out of your other group that you're a part of as well, Holiday in United States, because you're playing bass for them, right?
yeah.
And personally for me, when I had like two bands I was a part of, it was such a different experience being in one versus the other. I mean, obviously different people, different energy, but one group was very much so like more daunting for me, and the other was much more of like a very like release. Like I was drumming and I felt like I wasn't lead guitar. I can just like be in the back, do my thing, you know. And so it was like a totally different experience for me in terms of being an artist and being a musician. And I'm curious how Holiday in the United States has done anything like that for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good to not just just do one thing that is your identity, and like all of this emotional turbulence is attached to. Even though like I'm making music that is important to me,
Yeah.
I help write the songs. I definitely take my mind is in the back seat in terms of like me getting anything out of it except the enjoyment of music and like making good music that I like, and playing with my friends, which is like, it's really important to have. And I think like playing in a band versus just playing solo, like that's a really big thing. Like in my own stuff as well, it's like I was saying earlier, it's just like it breathes a new air into it. But especially with Holidays, it's like, my bandmates usually come in with like a riff idea or something, and then we'll like jam on it, and then maybe I will have an idea of where like the song should go chordally or something, and it's really cool to be creative and like kind of use your skill set as a tool to help other people that have like a stronger vision for like where they want the song to go, and like have this back and forth
Yeah.
to get to this place that you both didn't know you would be going to.
Yo, are you Superfan?
Yeah.
Bro, I just saw the story, and I was like, no way, that's crazy.
Yeah, Superfan in the studio.
In the studio.
You paid him?
I did not
Yeah.
pay him to say that.
Yeah.
Celebrity sighting in here.
Oh my god, that's so fun. I love you.
That was perfect.
I feel like I've got to leave that in.
Yeah, no, you have to. Yeah.
Okay. I'd
Did
love,
that answer your question?
Yes, it
Okay.
did. And I'm curious. I want to put you on the spot a little bit in a different way by seeing what your bandmates have to say about collaborating with you and what that
Oh.
experience has been like.
Let's go. Tall first.
This is like a one of a kind experience. I've never had someone like who has such a clear vision. I mean, obviously, like it's his music, but
Yeah.
he's so specific in a great way.
Yeah.
And I think that like specificity and like his clear vision has made our sound like become like so powerful. I mean, it's just like every small hit, you know, to like timing, to volume, to just all the dynamics. He pays attention to everything.
I was gonna say
And-
from one drummer to another, is he like the first guitarist that you've had like give a note and you're like, yeah, that's a good note.
I respect his
Yeah,
notes
yeah.
more than others, unfortunately. But no, he's definitely made me pay attention to my speed and just all the specific little things, which is great.
Serving the song. Yeah.
Serving the song and serving the whole project and serving my playing.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying it very much.
Because this is the longer collaboration. I
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, I think that because we've been collaborating for so long at this point, it's like we've really been able to develop a language in a way that I don't have many other,
Mhm.
I can count on one hand, like other collaborations in my life that have been so frequent, especially in such a concentrated amount of time.
Mm.
And like, I think that the more and more I grow as like a songwriter and like my own artist, but a musician that wants to be involved in other people's projects, I interact with people who have been around and been doing it. It's like nobody wants someone who is half-assed and who doesn't just cut the bullshit when it comes to telling you what they want and knowing what they want. And I think that has been such a valuable part of our collaboration and just the way that our friendship has grown through it as well, where it's like we have both realized with each other, like the best thing for the art that we're trying to make is if we just don't beat around the bush, just get right to it and know that we have so much respect for each other and admiration, and it's like a safe space and we can get real with each other and not, take it personally.
Yeah. And that's
And-
important.
And like in recording as well, like with Hudson, there would be moments that if you didn't know and you were in that room, you'd be like, oh my God, this is this is bad. Like it was hot in that room. And
Also underground.
it was underground and the train was rumbling the room and we're arguing and like it was tense, but it's because it's a room of people who really believe in what they have to say and what they have to contribute to, but also a room of people that really genuinely want the best thing for the project. And like I think that is a rarity as well with Kali, is like everybody who's contributing to Kali's music really wants the best for it and knows that they're a part of something that is like significant.
Yeah.
I personally think this Superfan project is like significant to the world in a way that has not been noticed like it should be, but will very soon. I don't know if that answers the
No, that's a perfect answer. So I know you got to get out of here. Kali's jumping on a plane right after this, but we're right next to LAX, so that makes
Yeah.
it easy.
Easy.
Exactly. Private jet. We'll get one of the super fan plane trackers like for Taylor Swift.
Oh my
we'll
God.
Get like the
Yeah,
carbon
yeah,
emissions
yeah.
tracker.
Yeah.
So
I'm walking. Actually. I didn't want to tell anyone that I'm walking to
Walking
New York tonight.
So the last question is kind of a fun one. And one of our other DJs does it all the time because it gives a good insight into like the interviewee. But the basic question is like, what media made you? And getting a little bit more detailed with that, it's like, was there any like piece of media, art, film, movie, whatever, that like at some point when you were a kid you were like, wow, maybe I want to do art, like maybe I want to be doing more and not just do math and science homework, that kind of thing?
I have like multiple answers to this question because I'm like the rare annoying case where I was like humming to myself like on the way to the car to go to preschool and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I will like one thing is when like I saw this commercial, like an Apple commercial for like iPhone, and it was like a Pixies cover of like Gigantic, and like all of these different people in like different settings were like playing the song and stuff, and I remember thinking it was so cool. And then the other thing is Coraline, because that it's crazy like knowing where your harmonic influences come from. And yeah, no, I have like there's a lot of like animated movies with music in them that I know like what melodies I'm stealing from them, and it's crazy that it's still relevant in my
Yeah.
life, and like something that I still like a feeling that those films gave me that I will seek out in like the music that I'm making and stuff.
The Danny Elfman pipeline, or
Yes, yeah, yeah, definitely Danny Elfman. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are so many answers to this in my life. One that comes to mind, like, and I mentioned Young Thug earlier, but it's like I have a classical music background, so it was like I was going to music school and playing chamber ensembles and private lessons and orchestra. Like that's my whole background in music. But at some point, I discovered like trap music,
And for a like a band kid or like a orchestra kid, that's like just so
right, it was just
not what you're playing.
yeah. But I mean, I think what spoke to me about rap music was like I don't know, and eventually like discovering punk and other things. But it's just like disturbance and punk ethos in general, and especially like more modern rap music as well, like is taking from punk, and it's more than just music. It's like a whole philosophy and a way to live your life. And I think it made me realize like, oh, I can create my own path down all of this. And I knew from a young age I wanted to do music in some form for my life, but like realizing that, oh, I can be not one or the other. I can have a classical music background and bring disturbance to that, or bring my classical background to a more already punk zone or environment or whatever it is. So I think like finding that gives me such a mission statement of like juxtaposition almost in that way. I try and bring that to both sides of musical environments. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many answers to this question, but I started playing the drums at a young age, and then I kind of gave up music because I was like, I thought I was gonna be a basketball player. I was like,
As most kids do.
yeah,
at a certain
exactly. I
point.
was like a 8, 9-year-old. I was like, I don't want to play drums anymore. I just want to play basketball. And so with basketball, I started listening to like a lot of trap music, rap music, because that's like all my teammates were listening to,
Uh-huh.
which is great. And there's like a certain energy and drive behind that kind of music, which I still love. But I think revisiting like Radiohead albums, because that's also stuff that I grew up on,
Mhm.
kind of brought back the passion for me,
Yeah.
especially over COVID. Just revisiting all that like nostalgic, 90s, 2000s music that I heard growing up.
Yeah. And suddenly the drums were looking like maybe I should break those
Suddenly,
out.
yeah, exactly. Suddenly it was like, okay, like I'm 5'9", all these kids are like 6'5", like the drums like work, like maybe I should revisit it. But yeah, definitely like Radiohead and stuff like that.
For sure.
Omi doesn't like Radiohead.
That is not true. That is not
He
true.
doesn't like the Bends.
That's also not true.
He
Allegations
doesn't
are being
like
thrown around.
Hail to the Thief.
I'm surprised by that. Hail to the Thief is like the most punkiest, like,
Punk.
Radiohead album.
Punk.
Do you
It's-
like punk music, Omid?
I do like punk music, but I think
More
it's,
so the punk ethos.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
okay.
I think that punk ethos comes through more on other Radiohead projects more.
That, maybe. Like which?
Well, I think it's
Oh, wait, we're
it's,
gonna get
it's
into whole
subjective.
discussion.
It's subjective. It's subjective. It's
I've
subjective.
got to stay away from the radio
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah.
It's a rabbit hole for me.
Yeah.
But
I like Radiohead. Fuck
Okay.
you, Colin.
Well, thank you guys again so much for coming in. Let's do it again next time you're around.
Yeah.
Superfan album number 2 coming.
Fall 2025.
Yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome.
That's a wrap. Arjun, you can cut it.